The man has to do 1,000 push-ups every single day, but this isn't something he chose to do. Not long ago, he obtained a system, and every day, it assigns him training missions. If he fails to complete them, the system throws him into a mushroom-filled desert, and forces him to train there for 4 straight hours. Not long ago, Jack was on the brink of death inside a dungeon. At that moment, a system panel appeared. It said he had completed the quest Courage of the Week. If he accepted, he would gain the qualification to become a player. If he refused, his heart would stop beating in 0.02 seconds. Seeing this, Jack accepted without hesitation. When he woke up again, he found himself lying in a hospital bed. Even his previously severed limbs had fully regenerated. This left Jack completely confused. Right then, investigators from the Hunter Association walked in. They were there to question him about what happened in the dungeon. After some discussion, Jack learned he had been unconscious for 3 days and 3 nights. His teammates were also seriously injured. But one thing didn't make sense to the investigators. After receiving the survivor's report, they rushed to the scene with a rescue team as fast as possible. But when they arrived, only Jack was found lying on the ground. There was no sign of the stone monster the survivors mentioned. Because of this, they suspected Jack had undergone a second awakening. In this world, a person's stats are fixed at their first awakening. No amount of training can push them past that limit. Of course, a very small number of hunters can awaken a second time and become A rank or even S rank hunters. The investigators then took out a magic power scanner and asked Jack to place his hand on it. They were hoping the Hunter Association would gain another powerful member, but the results disappointed them. The scan showed everything was completely normal. Jack, however, was extremely confused because there was clearly a system panel right in front of him. It was just something only he could see. At that moment, the system suddenly issued a daily quest. It required him to complete various training exercises every day. Jack didn't want to deal with it. After all, he was still hospitalized. There was no way he could handle such intense workouts. But the moment the clock hit midnight, Jack was jolted awake from his sleep. The entire room began shaking violently, and the next second, he was transported into a desert. While being chased by monsters, Jack was forced to run for over 3 hours straight. After experiencing this punishment, Jack started waking up early every day to finish his tasks. This completely shocked his doctor. They had heard hunters recovered faster than normal people, but they had never seen recovery like this. After completing his daily tasks, Jack would receive 3 rewards: status recovery, stat points, and a random loot box. Status recovery removed all fatigue after training. Stat points could be assigned to any attribute he wanted to improve, and Jack put every single point into strength. As for the random loot boxes, he usually only got things like pens or bandages, but today, he pulled out a key. Just as Jack was wondering what it was for, the system popped up a notification. The key could open a real-world dungeon. It needed to be used at a subway station entrance. After preparing some equipment, Jack headed to the address provided by the system. He already had a plan for this mission. If he couldn't win, he'd run. Soon, the dungeon entrance opened, but the moment Jack stepped inside, the entrance seal shut immediately, which meant one thing: the only way out was to defeat the dungeon boss.